But yeah, all DC, Marvel, all have TV shows. Harry Potter's going to have one now, and they're going to ruin it, so that's
They
fun.
are going to. Did you hear that they cast John Lithgow as Dumbledore?
I heard he was in the running. Look, not the weirdest casting. I'll just get ahead of it. I don't care who they cast. Like, nothing will make me excited for this.
No.
Why? Why are you doing this?
Money.
No, you're going to lose money. Everyone who already doesn't want it, you're turning off with all the casting and everything.
Well, and the funny thing too is that, like, think about, they got very lucky in that the majority of the cast of the films carried across 8 films. Now, you had a major player in Dumbledore. I stand by the fact that while I thought Richard Harris was good,
Michael Gambon's great.
I like Michael Gambon better. But they got very lucky. But let's just say that after 3 seasons of this show, the guy who plays Ron is just like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, breaks his contract, and now you just have a brand new Ron Weasley.
But also, like, why? What are we seeing? That
Nick,
is Peeves? They're gonna throw Peeves in the show because he wasn't in the movies. Great.
Correct.
That adds nothing. Like, if you want the full lore, read the books. But in my opinion,
I would agree.
You can pay $1 billion to Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, Rupert Grint, and Tom Felton, and Ivana Lynch, and Bonnie Wright. What are they all doing? Get them back and do a story that takes place after.
Daniel Radcliffe's doing stuff.
Of course he's doing stuff, but if they paid him $1 billion, he'd come be Harry Potter again. Let's be real.
You have been on record with, well, maybe not on record. You have said to me, I don't know if you've said to me in public, that you are against a adaptation of The Cursed Child for film, correct?
I think it's a bad story, but it's a fun show.
I don't know.
But I'm not against, like, a movie featuring Harry and Malfoy's kids who become friends.
You just don't want that story.
Even even the setup for the play, I like very much. Like, Harry has a son. The son goes to Hogwarts. He gets put in Slytherin. Has to become friends with Malfoy's son. Kind of becomes an outcast because, like, his dad's a hero and he's, like, already not living up to it. That premise, great.
Are we about to spoil The Cursed Child?
Sure. Spoilers for The Cursed Child. Then they find a time turner, and they do the one thing in the Harry Potter universe that doesn't make any sense, which is time travel. And they go back, and they do dumb stuff, and Voldemort had sex with Bellatrix Lestrange, and that's probably the worst part.
That is the worst part. Maggie was pissed when that happened.
And I get it. I could see it. I just don't want to think about it.
It's one of those things where, like, we talked after Maggie and I saw it in New York, and you had seen it before I did, obviously, and the biggest takeaway I had from it was that, like, it was a cool what if scenario, but I would not want to see it as a film. I
would never want it to be canon.
Yeah, I would agree with
that. The show is very cool in the sense that they utilize magic, like that you would see magicians do on stage. They utilize that in the show, and all of that is very cool.
They do some very cool stuff, and it's cool. Like, it's very clearly like remember this.
I just don't understand. Even with the MCU, I don't understand this tendency when you have these gigantic worlds you can literally go play in. The tendency to go back in time and relive old stuff.
Well, it's like Star Wars. Like, why do we have to focus on the Skywalkers all the time? Like, let's do some other stuff.
I mean, we don't
anymore. I'm saying that, but
and it's bad. So that's a rough argument. But
I'm saying that time period is what I'm talking about. Maybe not necessarily the Skywalkers, but we're so focused in this, like, 80, 70 year time span of, like, where
I'm okay with what you're saying, but it needs to all, like, work with each other.
Sure. But I'm saying
there's no point in having it.
I'm saying that, like,
universe.
Well, yes, But I'm saying that, like, in the same way of like Marvel and Harry Potter and the Wizarding world, is like there are so many Wizarding schools, and it could be in that universe, but like,
or just like
tell us,
stay at Hogwarts and do the next generation. Like,
yeah,
you could start it. Oh, you could start over. The wildly massive success that was Harry Potter, you could start over with a new crop of kids and tell a different story as they traverse their way through school.
yeah,
Do that. Harry's a teacher. Hermione's the headmaster. Or actually, no, McGonagall's headmaster because McGonagall forever. In the play, Hermione becomes Minister of Magic. Sure, she's the greatest witch ever. Do whatever she wants.
Let me pitch this. Everything you
Ron
just
owns
said.
a joke shop apparently because fuck Ron. But anyway, go ahead.
That's fine. Everything you just said. But then our new characters, they all wake up inside of what do we call it? Let's call it a glade. And then there's like this opening, and people have to run in, and what they figure out is that it's a maze.
What do we call the people who run into the maze?
Let's call them runners.
You lost me.
Ah, damn. Well,
You had me and you lost me. But anyway, yeah, they're rebooting Harry Potter. Really mad about it. That started on TV shows. And that's where it ended.
yeah.
Just
That's gonna be on Max, obviously. I
There's
will
just no
say,
point. Like, why are you rebooting Harry Potter? What are you doing?
it feels soon too. Like,
Yep.
the last movie came out in 2011, so it's been 14.
And it has only thrived since then.
It's still
Apart from Fantastic Beasts as a movie series, like that didn't go well, but it's also because they didn't plan it out very well.
correct.
But like merchandise has shot up, the play has done well, Universal Studios has done insanely well. And the movie. Like everyone still watches the movies.
And the books, like they
And reads
still,
the books.
like they're
So,
still
like,
insanely pop. Yeah, there's no point in doing it.
So you've done something great now. Instead of trying to do it again by copying it, build off of it. Yes? Can we agree?
build off of it, or just reinforce this stuff. Like, do like how you were talking about how the play does well and everything. The way that they do like the local symphony orchestras, like playing to the movies and stuff like that. Like those
I went and
types of
saw
events.
Order of the Phoenix in that kind of show in San Diego.
Yeah, like they do that shit all the time. Like, just keep
But if you want to not because like some people squeeze the brand too tight and they hurt the brand.
sure.
But if you want to use the brand as a way to tell new stories in the world while you still have the actors available, don't do what Star Wars did, where they had the actors available and effed it all up.
Well, the last point on this, to that point, is that Potter is in a unique situation too, where people love the books and they love the movies. And when Warner Brothers started to squeeze with Fantastic Beasts and people didn't respond to it, people still there's still a positive
Correct
aura in the air around Harry Potter and the video game. We forgot about
the Fantastic Beasts movies are the prequels of Harry Potter.
But I'm saying that it didn't hurt the brand of Harry Potter, whereas something like The Hobbit hurt Middle Earth for a while. The new Marvel shit post Endgame has hurt Marvel. What was the other
Fantastic
example?
Beasts to me are much more like the Star Wars prequels. They weren't great. People liked them when they came out. Over time, they realized they weren't very good, but it enriched people's love of Star Wars.
Okay, I can buy into that.